Hey there, and welcome to U Talk. We highlight stories across Canada, the diverse cultures and communities living here, and organizations that help make life the best it can be. I'm your host, Ryan Funk. Although COVID-19 has caused uncertainty about events and festivals, the International Reggae Afro Latin Music and Arts Festival has decided to transition to a virtual live performance instead of canceling its event. Created to be the catalyst to express the underrepresented talents on a professional platform, the entire event is an opportunity for people to unite. Here is CEO and founder Neville Hamilton and musician Jayda to share about this incredible festival and the importance of highlighting culture in music.
Hi, my name is Neville Hamilton. I'm from the IRAL Music Arts Festival. I'm the founder and the guy that actually is steering the ship, so to speak.
Oh, yeah, I'm Jayda. I'm 19 years old and I'm a singer, songwriter, and musician.
Okay, the IRAL Festival is International Reggae Afro Latin Music Arts Festival. So that's what it's about. It's compassing these three genres of music and cultures of people. The reggae, which is from the Caribbean, everybody knows Bob Marley, right? And the Wailers and all those icons. Everybody knows those guys. So we want to put that with the Africans, right? Which is our ancestors, because we're from Africa. You know, if you know a little bit about our history, it comes, all of us came from Africa there to the Caribbean, right? And then the Latin part of it, right? So all of these genres, we want to put them together. And all of these people produce a spice that, you know, I think the world should know.
Of course. So when does this festival take place this year, and what's it going to look like with, COVID restrictions and, things a little iffy here in Canada?
Yes, we've been back and forth trying to find suitable time for us to have our people express themselves in the festival. As it is right now, we had to postpone one of them already, which is the Brandon, because we're doing one in Winnipeg and one in Brandon. We had to postpone the Brandon one due to the COVID situation that we have, right? But we are going to introduce a live streaming concert for July 10th, and this will be at 7:30. And the show will probably go for like 2.5 hours. There you can see a bunch of performers. You know, you're not going to see them live, obviously. As I said, is like in person rather. You're going to see them on the live stream. So that's kind of the way that we're going to do it, so that we can make sure everybody is adhering to social distancing and COVID restrictions, right? And this is going to be very exciting too, because we have some things up our sleeves. You got to check it out, right?
Yeah. So I guess, was adjusting to that kind of online format a challenge, or did you have some experience with kind of live streaming and videography beforehand?
Yeah, you know what? We've been live streaming events like the sort of DJ segments on the weekends. So we were prepping for this thing from like early in the year, when we started this live streaming DJs every Saturday night at 8 o'clock. So right there, we were working out our kinks, so to speak. And now we think we're ready to put it forward. Last year, we did a launch party, again, because COVID was a problem last year. We did our first live stream event there, and it came off pretty well. If you go check our YouTube channel, you'll see some of the performance that were there, and you can hear the quality was pretty good. So, we think we'll be able to pull something off great this time around, even better than the last time.
What are your thoughts kind of like moving forward for festivals? So you're having this kind of online format and live streaming this year. Are you kind of hoping to kind of, once things open up for next year, just kind of have that more online/live format, kind of combining the two ideas?
Yes, we will continue with some of this because we found out that it was effective. Maybe we'll not necessarily have live streaming while we're having our festival because some people might just prefer to come to the event, and we want people to come out actually so they can see and be a part of it, because it's not just okay to listen it. You got to be in the culture to feel what we feel, and the music is a togetherness thing. Our culture is a togetherness thing. So if everybody come and in person, it is much, much better, to get that full experience.
Yeah, online doesn't have that emotional feel to it that in person does.
Yes. And then or guys who are performing on stage, they feed from that too, and then you'll see the best of them when people is around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really hard to have high energy as a performer if there's no one in the crowd to cheer you on.
There you go. It's hard. It's hard. You need that feedback, right? And that organic feeling.
How long has this festival been in operation, and why did you decide to create it, to start it?
Okay, this festival was like, the planning of it started maybe up 4 years ago, right? We tried different little things to test the water, so to speak, but it officially started in 2 years ago. Sorry, officially started 2 years ago. When I went on a tour with some band members of mine, right? And it was always on my heart that I don't think we're represented just the way we should be represented across Canada. I think we can do so much better, because I know what it is to party like a Jamaican or party like a Caribbean person. You know what I mean? It's totally a super nice experience, to another level. And the way I see it over the years I've been going to the show, it's not quite there. So I came with some buddies of mine, and then we talked about doing this, and the dream just grew from there, right? And the last part of your question was again?
Oh, just yeah, you've kind of answered it. Just kind of why it was started. You were seeing that this sort of the Jamaican culture and Caribbean wasn't being represented properly in kind of the concert scene. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And also, in addition to that, the artist that is performing on stage, I don't think they're properly taken care of also. So that was something that was on my heart, because I was in the field, right? I'm still in the field. And I think that if we can empower our artists, like to be better artists and stuff like that, to carry them to an international level where even your local people that sees them perform, see them in that light as if they're an international artist, then we have achieved our goals. And that's what IRAL is about, to the expressing the minority culture in Canada here, to create awareness to each other's culture, and also to bring Canadians and immigrants together. So that's our main goal with IRAL here. So it's a big platform we want to create, and everybody can come and participate, and then grow Canada in that way as well. We're not going to change Canadians. That's not what we're about, right? But we're going to offer them our culture, right? As a way of, or to our expressions and stuff, so they can actually enjoy what we contribute to the country, Canada, and the worldwide, right? So we are also very interested in the artists themselves for growth and building.
Yeah, and with a daughter who's a musician and artist, that's probably like also very important to you, to create that scene and kind of mold the concert scene where artists are compensated and kind of acknowledged for the effort and passions that they bring. Yes.
So you're right on the money there. That's where I'm going with that. So even my daughter here, and it's not only her that sings in the family. We've got an entire band in my family. So even COVID is going on, I'm jamming, right? I'm jamming at home with my kids. So we have all the way from like a 21-year-old down to a 11-year-old, or that plays in the band with us right now. And these are people you're going to see in the future. So we are creating that environment for them to strive in. And I'm pulling every one of the other cultures that I mentioned, and even Canadians, right? Because I'm super happy for what we're doing, because I would like to see, in the next year, a very well-known Canadian full Caucasian reggae band in Winnipeg, right? I'm looking to see some things like that by the influence we're putting into the music, right? So, it's all over the world, right? And I can tell anybody this, that if you go some places like Germany, Italy, and Britain and all those places, when they have their events that is like reggae, Latin, African events, that pulls a huge amount of crowd, right? And it brings economic success to the area as well. So that is also things that we're looking on. If you go and check on our website, IRALmusicarts.com, you'll see that we're also pushing businesses and all these other like local businesses, right? And other people who are involved in music industry, and also because we know it takes a community to develop this thing and make it grow to where it needs to be. And that's where our heart is, right? And our passion is. So we build our community to have huge success like some of these world-class events, right? And tourism and everything will come to our area. Yeah.
Yeah, it benefits everyone if events like these are huge successes.
Yes. And, we're hoping to have even a lot of sponsors come on board with us, and catch a dream as well, and we're looking forward to working with people like that, because we know that we'll create that kind of environment that people can strive in the art, music, and art sector.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you were mentioning about kind of inspiring people to kind of be encouraged by this culture and kind of embrace the music of it. Maybe a question at that point, what is cultural appropriation and what is cultural appreciation? How do we differentiate those two when we're kind of talking about encouraging people or celebrating a culture?
If you notice, like even back to the world scene, right? If you go on YouTube right now and you can Google reggae bands, you'll see a lot of Caucasians and other races joining into reggae, because reggae doesn't see colors, right? Or music doesn't see colors, and a lot of people start thinking of, like, I love country. I might get crucified for that, but I can tell you that I personally love country music, because if you listen to the soul of the person who's behind the music, it's what I appreciate, right? And how they express themselves. I love my reggae music as well. I'm a lover of all music, right? And that is why for me to transition to something different is totally easy. When I just got here, I played for a country band. I played for a rock band, right? I did it's everything, because I wanted to know what my environment is about by its culture, right? So I appreciate everything that way. And it's the same way I would like everybody to look at music, because it cannot see color, right? So we need to change the way we think, right? So we can actually appreciate what is there. And I love to embrace all cultures, all ethnicity, and all of that stuff, right? Everybody. That's where I stand.
You're a musical family. This is a question for both of you. What is it about music that you wanted to pursue? What is it about it that kind of gets you excited to want to be performers in bands and hold festivals like these and perform at festivals? And why is it important to, kind of showcase your culture through music?
Okay, so I've been living in Canada for about 10 years. And as a result, I haven't been exposed to my culture as much as I had been in my younger years. So, like, to reconnect to my roots, I decided to get into reggae music. And so far, it's been a great experience for me to learn about my culture, which helps me to find my own identity. And it's amazing that I'm able to take many others along with me on this journey and hopefully inspire them to do the same.
Yes, and I just add to what she says here. Well, she never had a choice, to be honest. Yeah, well, our family, like from they were in my wife's tummy, I always used to just play my guitar to them, and by just playing my guitar to them, they usually move around a lot, and yeah, cost my wife a little bit of grief. But anyways, everybody came out loving music, and my house is always like some music going on, right? You should call it brainwashing. That was brainwashing them from they were young to love music, eh? But okay, well, and I'm so excited as a father because I'm seeing like creativity coming out through my kids, by they write music. They all actually have a little thing going because each one of them actually have original songs that they write. We're just about gonna hear about it later on, right? And as Jayda right here, maybe Jayda, tell him something about your song or something.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just enjoy writing music. It's been that way since I was 9 years old. I remember writing my first song with my dad. Actually, like he was playing guitar and I started writing some lyrics to it, and it's been like that ever since. I just sit down and write. Like ideas start flowing, and I just roll with it. Honestly.
What is your favorite part of being a performer, Jayda?
Like I just really like writing music and being able to create something and then see other people listen to it and their reactions and how they respond to my writing.
Yeah, that's
right?
about it. Appreciated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because right now she also has this single out, and yeah, it's not quite where it should be in Canada yet, but places like Germany, Britain, Africa, we're getting like super good response from those people actually, right? So we're trying to understand more about our Canadian market also, so we're working on stuff like that as we go.
Yeah, trying to find what kind of piques everyone's interest to kind of, get that hit.
Yeah.
So Jayda, tell me a little bit more about your single. What was your process and kind of, just tell me a little bit about it. Your process creating it, what sort of thoughts and feelings went into it, and kind of, the reception from these countries across the world.
Yeah, so I wrote this song when I was 17, and what happened was the melody popped in my head in the line, I know when you lie, all I have to do is look into your eyes. And I just started writing based on that line and trying to tell a story through it, because I've had like friends or, family members or whatever that has been through similar experiences, and they always go to me and tell me their problems, and I'm there to talk them through the whole process and all that. So I was able to get their perspectives and turn it into a song. Yeah.
So your music, it sounds like it's very kind of personal, where you're coming from to create it.
Mm-hmm. If it's not my own experiences, it's the experience of my loved ones and those around me.
Awesome. For both of you, just what is your favorite part of music, and who are you listening to right now?
Well, my favorite part of music is actually being on stage playing, right? And like for me right now, because I'm a little bit older than they are, I kind of developed this passion now to help in the industry, or help pull along other people with me. That's what I'm very excited about, the opportunity that I get now to change lies for the future, and to influence a path, a journey to success. I am enjoying that even more than when I used to be on stage playing.
I love creating something from nothing, like that feeling that, you just sit down and create something brand new and different. It's such a great accomplishment. And I also like the act of getting better. I constantly seek improvement through my work, and like, I just feel this gratification or whatever that whenever I create something better than the last one, I'm like, oh, I'm improving, and it motivates me to keep going, right? And I also have younger siblings, right, that look up to me. And since I started writing music, they've been wanting to get into it. And that just like makes me very happy to see my younger siblings want to do something that I like doing. And then we can do it together, It's just a better experience that way.
Fueling the passions of others.
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. That's perfect way to say it. Yeah, love that.
Perfect. And what sort of music or artists are you listening to right now?
I listen to Chronix, Protege, Leela, some popular reggae artists down in Jamaica. So.
Yeah, I love Margaret Heritage, and Chronix is one of my favorite. No wonder she loves Chronix too. But yeah, and there's some interesting new artists coming up, like maybe you guys don't know her here, but Coffee and people like those from Jamaica, and Burna Boy from Africa, and those guys are just very interesting to listen to, and just how they Mezzo is the other guy, Mesco, okay, and his musical abilities, and it's just its own thing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it catches every generation and every class of people, and it doesn't matter who you are. Once you start listening to them, and that beat or that vibe gets in your bones, you just start tapping your toe before long, your whole body is in it, right? So those guys are very influential to us and our family.
Fantastic. And I know you're trying to crack the Canadian music market right now, but what advice would you give to performers and musicians who are wanting to pursue a career where they're showcasing music from their heritage and culture?
Well, for one thing, you can start calling me. Because I'm the guy that is going to put the festivals on. So yes, I would love to start working with some of these people. The advice I'll give is never to give up and never to settle for less, right? Because if you settle for less, then that creates a whole problem for you. And if you sit on your talent, then you won't get anywhere, right? So keep pressing and asking for people, and seeking out people who can help. The funny thing about it, there's lots of help that is available, right? But a lot of the times our people don't know how to access it, right? So the accessibility is a thing, and the knowledge to access it is another thing, right? Because I am starting to get aware of stuff that I never realized that was there before, right? So I think Canada has a very good program now for musicians, and a lot of help, resources and stuff. But it's to know how to get there and to find the right people to work with you, right? And throughout the process. And I'm finding that we are also trying to put this in place so people with the talent can, we can assist them and help them as we go on. I do have another business that is called Yard Vibes Promotion, right? That is the other side to where IRAL came out of, because IRAL came out of Yard Vibes. Yard Vibes, we were putting on other events like soccer, all that stuff, and the festival here. Now we are also back with.
The IRAL Virtual Party takes place Saturday, July 10th, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have any stories you'd like us to share or communities we should highlight, leave a comment on our social media or reach out to us on our website. I'm Ryan Funk. This was You Talk, and have yourself a good one.